3 different ways to make tacos. Now we're going to focus on some salsas for those tacos, because you can also have a lot of creativity.
Absolutely, and there's some mystery, I think, around making your own salsa. People think it's maybe complicated. Maybe you need to get the canning boiler out.
Yeah, I know. There's this image that it is a lot of work, and it's not.
And you know, I am very good friends with a woman who is Mexican.
Okay.
She actually came here from Mexico, and she told me all the secrets.
Oh, what
so
are
brace
the
yourselves.
secrets?
Well, brace yourselves.
Okay.
Okay, the secrets are keep it simple, which is always, you know, it's sort of my basic life secret.
Simple and fresh.
Yes.
Right?
Is that my life secret?
That's your life secret.
Keep it simple and fresh.
Keep it simple and that's what you are. No, you're not simple. You're fresh, though.
Yeah, that's simple. Anyway,
just realized that was wrong.
No, I can accept simple. It's good.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna start with a really fun one. This is pineapple and watermelon. So watermelons are in right now.
Watermelon.
And you know, fruit salsas are great, but you don't want them to be too too cloyingly sweet. Sometimes a mango salsa is like, wow, super sweet.
Yeah.
So what the watermelon does, you know, it's so refreshing, it's so thirst quenching, and then the pineapple on top of that is, again, really sweet, but really tangy too. So it's equal parts of those two. And then we need to make it savory, because right now we're looking at fruit salad, right?
Right.
So we're gonna add just a little bit of onion, a little bit of salt, a little bit of oil, a little bit of lime, lots of lime.
Something about pineapple that just screams summer to me. It's like you should never have it if the sun's not out.
Or the sun is out as soon as you're opening it.
There you go.
Oh, I tell you.
That's how it works.
So stir away, s'il vous plaît.
Yeah.
And then lots of cilantro. Your bunch of cilantro is going to be this big, so start using all of it. Just chop it up nice and fine, and then put a ton in there. So what's going to happen here is the lime juice and the little bit of onion is really going to help to balance out the sweet, savory, salty. Then, of course, add some spice if you want it.
Beautiful.
Really great, really fresh. And if you're only going to do one special topping, and maybe you're going to have a couple others out of jars, make it this one, because it's so really unique.
Yeah, it's unique. It's something people are not going to be expecting. I love it.
Speaking of not expecting, this is the big secret from my dear friend Margarita. So this is salsa, like what you would consider just ordinary salsa, pico de gallo.
Yeah.
It's very, very simple. It is chopped up tomatoes.
Yeah.
Chopped up onions.
And really kind of tiny chopped up.
I make this at home probably once a week. Sometimes I don't even mince it. It's just big hunks. Just depends on my mood.
That's good to hear.
And then the real secret is lots of lime juice and lots of salt. Like, you want it to be salty and sour. There's no oil. There's no cooking. There's no marinating. You can use this right away.
All right.
Honestly, this on eggs the next morning, if you just make a little scrambled egg and you use the leftover of this.
That's
so tons and tons of lime juice. Now, we're going to add some fresh chili to this, because we want it to be spicy for our Tracy. And then, again, we're only halfway through our bunch of cilantro, so let's add some in here. Cilantro haters, please don't come over.
Would she say the thing then people are maybe doing wrong is they're not doing enough salt?
And they're not doing enough lime. And they're not keeping it fresh. You don't need to saute the onion. You don't need to saute the tomato.
Yeah.
You just need to keep it really, really fresh.
Okay.
And again, this can go on so many different things, from burritos to tacos and eggs, as I said.
Love it. Looks great.
Now, my favorite question. What do you get the most questions about? I get a lot of questions about pancakes, a lot of questions about pastry, and a lot of questions about guacamole.
Really?
I know. So guacamole
is a good food.
How do you choose the perfect avocado? Well, we could go through that. It's usually a little bit soft when you touch it. If it's really soft, like a half deflated soccer ball, it's gone. If it's really hard, bring it home and just leave it on the counter for a couple of days.
Okay.
And then you just scoop. Again, keep it simple. Guacamole is 3 ingredients. Salt. Oh dear, I have no knife. How am I going to MacGyver this one? There we are.
There you go.
That's what I'm going to do. Don't do this at home, people. I'm a trained professional. But speaking of don't do this at home, really some salt. And then the best way to make avocado
the
is
hands,
like this. Because this way it's going to be smooth, but with nice big still pieces of lump.
Yeah.
And the lumpy little bits of avocado are going to naturally happen because I'm just squishing this with my hand.
Ooh,
and let me tell you, this feels good.
That's like a little...
And someone's going to have to lick my fingers when I'm done, and it's probably going to be me.
Well, it depends on how you roll. I mean, it could be anybody, really.
It could be. So lots of lime, lots of salt. So I just had to change the topic there really quickly.
Thank you for that.
Lots of lime, lots of salt. We got a little bit of cilantro left. I'll pop that in for good measure.
Okay.
And then you've got these 3 really, really fantastic toppings. We've got lots more in the
That's it for the guaca.
Yeah, what did you think?
No, I'm happy with
lamb?
that.
Yeah, no. That's what I mean.
Fresh.
When in doubt, keep it simple.
Fast.
Salt and lime juice and a little bit of good fresh ingredient, and you've got got a beautiful topping.
Very cool. I feel like you've just inspired us today with your tacos.
Great.
So it's Taco Tuesday for everybody in our audience.